Hello everybody and welcome to another tutorial in camera and lens repair. And this time will be about a camera. An old Nikkormat FTn, which has a small bug inside. And I don't know how it came in there, but let's have a look if we can see it. If I can show it this way. You maybe can see it there. Yeah, it's in there. But how it came in there, I have no idea. But anyway, I will show you how you can get it out if there was any other dirt and dust in there. The problem is you cannot reach the focusing screen from the inside of the mirror house, because as it's only the newer camera where you can flip down the focusing screen and take it out and exchange it with a different one, and in that way clean out whatsoever was inside. Now, so the box sits between the viewfinder, the focusing screen and the prism. Yeah. So I will show you how you can take that out and have a nice viewfinder again. So it's not that hard to get off the top. It's quite simple actually. We just need to take off here and some screws. Not that much. And then you can flip it up. And then that way reach closer into the focusing screen and the prism. Now, yeah, let's do it. We need a rubber tool. It could be whatever, sticky rubber. This is a gasket from the hardware store, which is very sticky. And it's good because you need to unscrew this one. I can see somebody else has been in here with a tool, kind of, or it has been hit by something. Now, put your thumb on here and put the rubber thingy on top of the advance lever and press on it, and hopefully you can unscrew it counterclockwise. Nothing special. And underneath there is another retaining nut that is in the center of the where you set this little screw in. So with a lens tool, compass, or whatever tool you have, but it's necessary you put your finger on here, you simply unscrew it counterclockwise. It can sit tight, so have a good grip on it. And the thing is, it will advance the camera because it sits on the same axle. So this is how it looks. Now get the little waved spring here, spacer, and then you hit the advance lever itself. Next thing is to unmount the rewinder knob, and you open the camera by going in here. Not by the newer camera, you pull out this and can in that way open the door, but this one, it has this one here. Now stick in a flat tool, it could be a tweezer or so, and simply unscrew it counterclockwise. It will say that way, that way. So it can sit a bit tight, and remember there is a little spacer in here, which we'll see a few minutes, a few seconds. This is how it looks inside here. Take care of the little axle the little pin that goes that actually hold the handle here, so you will not lose it. Then this kind of a spring actually sits inside, and it also has to sit correct. It will say something like that. It will not work if you sit it the opposite way, of course. So if you by accident put it in and think, what the hell is going on here, it will not work. So it has to sit correct when you put it back in. The next thing is there is a spacer here, and it also have two sides, of course it has. But if you look carefully here, one side, this one, is flat. The other has a kind of a, I don't know what an angled side, I guess it's called. It has to sit, as I understand, into the camera. Now, next thing is, we also have some wire in here. We don't know, we don't take them away. But there is one screw over here. And there's also two on the front. So we take off the two screws. And with a 2mm flathead screwdriver, we will just unscrew it. It can sit a little tight, but it goes, I think. So, off that. And then the two longer screws up here can sit a little tight. And underneath, under here and under here, there is a small brass tube spacer, kind of, to prevent the plastic here from being screwed too much in. You will see. So out with the screws. You can see they're very long, but there is a reason for that. Because if we take the other screw out, which has the same length, we take out the nameplate, which is made of, it's actually aluminium. There is a little spacer here, you can see, and there is another one over here. It's the same length. So now, we're not there yet. This retaining ring has to come off counterclockwise. And for that, well, we could use a compass lens tool, whatever you have. But I actually made my own tool. And it's just a wrench top, 8mm, which I have filed and grind with 2 pins, so it can go over the retaining ring and simply unscrew it. So out with that. And so now we have almost everything in place here, so we can gently lift up so you wiggle with the top cover here, and that way it's flip it and turn it here, and then you can lift it up that way. Here there are some wires in here, and we can move it a little and come out with that way. I do not need to unsolder the 2 wires here because it's not really necessary. One thing is to unscrew the little screw here. So, And it's made of brass. It's non-magnetic screw here. So out with that. And you can just flip it, the little circuit board here, a little backward. There are some wires here that we could lift up gently. So now they are free. What we need to do is there are the prism itself is here. It's held in place by two springs, one here and there, and a plate. But it also holds in place by those screws here and a piece of metal, and the same over here. And by doing that, we do not need to take off those two here on the back, no. But we need to take out the little spring here. I mean, at least both of them. So I made a little hook, a tiny hook out of my dentist tool, one end, and a proxen tool. You could use whatever grinding tool you use. But we need to lift out the little spring here a little so we can reach the one end of the spring. And in that way, hopefully, so. And lift up that little, hopefully it will work. So here we are. Then lift up the spring, and then it's free in a safe way, and we can take that out. And we will of course do the same on the other side. Maybe one can do like this. Haha, it was easier, much more easy. So I will still take out the spring here because it will make things a little easier, if you can see my point. Now, the prism is still held in place by the two pieces of metal here. So what I will gonna do is simply unscrew the two screws here. It's not really anything special in that way. Great with a magnetized screwdriver. And we also take out the little piece of metal here. And the other side, of course, too. First take out the little screw and then the little metal piece. Now, so we need to take out the prism, but it's not really that. You can see the prism is loose at the moment. But how do you want to have a grip on this? Because well, it's the angle here is not that easy. So I think, what about a piece of post-it? You know, those with a little sticky tape, piece of paper. I will simply put this over here, and maybe it's a little too big, but I think we'll have it so, and simply put it on here. So now the little adhesive sides will actually attach to the prism itself, and hopefully I can lift the whole prism out. Now that was easy, huh? And the prism actually looks fine, maybe a little dirty. Well, and here we have our little fellow stuck inside there. I'm not sure. I mean, I think it's not alive at all. So what I'm gonna do, I simply suck it out with my little, battery-driven vacuum cleaner and a little straw for soda or slush ice. I can just suck it out. And anything else would be in here. So now that was quite easy, and since the prism itself looks, well, it looks actually fine, I can just put it in again and say that's all fine. And thanks to the little adhesive post-it here, I can then lower it. Not that easy. Now, it was not that sticky as I thought. So I can just put it in again, no problem. It wasn't that sticky, I would think so. Well, the idea was, the intention was actually fine. But you see, now it's the easy way of doing that. So I can just put the spring, the little tiny spring here, put it on the little hole here, and well, I'll just put in the two pieces of metal before, and so it would be easier to put it in. So something like that, and then put in a screw. Well, sometimes it's good to have a magnetized screwdriver, and sometimes it can be well, yeah, irritating thing, because it will attach everything of metal, steel. So here we are, almost at least. So I can just attach it to the screwdriver here. It's not that all the time, not that easy. Yeah, here we are. Then you can just screw it in, but not fully, because I want to attach the little piece of aluminium here, and then that way, so on little fellow, put it over the prism, that way, and then attach the other spring to the place in here. So, and with my little homemade hook, oh shit, with my little homemade hook here, it will make things so much easier. Because so the hook will make it a lot easier to hook the spring on. So everything is lined up, and I can then screw it in. Don't tighten it too much, because the small metal plate here is pressing on some rubber here. So, and that's it. And then there is no bug in this camera. So I just have to realign the wires here so they sit proper. And don't scratch anything on the prism itself, because yeah, you will see it in the viewfinder. So there. Now here we are, and put in the last little screw here and align the circuit board so it will sit proper. And don't tighten it too much. And since we are in here, we can just give the ocular here a little cleaning. So I will just use some isopropyl alcohol and say that's all fine. Not too much. Doesn't have to be wash it. And now it looks really good. Oh, there's something on here. Some old gunky whatsoever. I don't know. Yeah, that's much better. So, and now I can put the top cover on again. And as I see here, the wires have to go around here and around here, and then on again. So here we almost there. So that's it. And then we can put the retaining ring on here. And with the lens tool or homemade tool or whatever you have, sometimes it can be a little difficult to get because the notches are very small. So now the other side, and what I found out that it's harder to get the screw into that side than the other screw, because this is not magnetized at all. I will try. Now let's see if we can do it here. It's not that it's a very tight fit here. Well, we can use another tool I just found out, because if we use one of those quick clamps and keep it tight, so hopefully it will work. So here we are. It helps with that kind of tool. Now, easy peasy. Then the front with the two small tubes here. So here and the other one, something like that. Then the aluminium nameplate. Something like that. And two small screws. And this little screw goes in here. And then we are almost there. Now, lift up the little rewinder pin, and then we can put on this spacer. The angled side of the spacer, I think it will be the correct way of doing it. Has to sit towards the camera. Now this little spring that sits like this has to go in, and it can be quite annoying to put in, but as long as you can get it on here. So it can be a little problem, because if you can see here, you have to push it down here. Maybe you can see, I know it's difficult. So there. Now you hopefully can see it correct in here. Has to sit something like that. The spring here will. So what I will do is just opening the back here, so I can reach the rewinder axle, and don't tighten it too much. So now we are here. Then the winder lever has come on. Put this on, the waved spring, the retaining nut, and then use the compass tool, whatever you have, and tighten it good. So, and then the fine top notch screw here. So, and then the rubber tool, whatever you have. So now, then we are back again and have a clean, bug-free viewfinder. Now that's all good. Hehe. Fine. And that's it. That's all for me. Bye bye.